Okay, we got to get to Mylira, who's been very, very patient. And I want to find out myself what the heck she's cooking. She helps us get it together with this relationship stuff, and she is my counselor. This is who I go talk to. Please get your hands together for the wonderful, the lovely Mylira Green in the house. Woo, woo, woo. How you doing?
I am good. I realized I was muted. I was trying to, hold my composure. I was back there laughing. But hey, everybody.
Girl,
Hi,
we've been
girl.
trying.
Look at them earrings.
We've been trying to guess. I want to know what you cooking. The earrings are fast.
Yeah, they are pretty.
Thank you.
What are you cooking up?
Awesome. Well, I am actually super ecstatic. So for about 2 years, I have been doing my life coaching program, which is the Metamorphosis Healing Experience. And I am actually taking it digitally. So I created some videos for my online course so that people around the world can actually have access to it, and it can be self-paced, where you can begin to become unstuck and motivated to confidently reach your goals while owning your gifts. So it is an online program that I am birthed in, and we are projecting to roll it out come September the 1st.
I was the closest.
Did anybody get close to that? What did you say, Straya?
I said that she's going to provide a workshop for people, something new and different that we've never seen before. I was the closest.
He said that.
Did she say that?
She did.
Well, anybody else? Well, then you said why didn't go back. All right. Did anybody else?
Right now. Let me get $5 straight.
Okay.
Did anybody else get close to that?
We had podcasts. That's a part of it. So I do have a podcast that I do every Wednesday with my girlfriend, Natasha Owens, on Instagram. So that is something I'm doing, but that is not what I was cooking up. You have some people that said I was doing a TV show, things like that. Continue to put that out in the atmosphere because they need a real therapist in Hollywood helping these people on live TV. So I'm going to make that one day. But yeah, so she was the closest one. It is a new program.
All right, Straya.
Break down, Straya.
I mean, a lot of people don't like it if you win and you on the show, but there's no way you could have known before she said something. You just won $100. I'll be sending that to you soon. The show is over. Woo, woo, woo.
That's my friend. That's my friend.
She your friend now. You ain't. Oh my God. Okay, so what you got for us today?
So today I want us to really talk about the relationship with family. We've been focused a lot on marriage and intimacy, but I don't think we focus enough on the family aspect of things. And what I will tell you is who we are as people really stem from who we were as a child, the experiences that we had, the things that we did. And one thing that I had to realize is I'm a mom of 2 young children. And as much as I have all this knowledge, I still have to reflect daily to make sure that I am present with them as much as I can. So one thing that I would encourage for parents is create a safe place that your child can come talk to you. I know that we have this mindset that we're not supposed to be our child's friend, but I don't know what your definition of best friend is. I want to be my child's best friend. So I'm the first one they come to when life happens. I'm the first one they come to for advice. I'm the first one they come to when life is happening. So I want us to begin to shift some of the mindsets that we have, because your child does not belong to you. They were gifted to you for you to be someone who shows them the steps, but they do not belong to you in the way that we dictate their lives. We tell them everything they can and cannot do. We tell them what they should pursue, what they shouldn't. But that child was born with their own mind, their own values, their own characteristics. So we need to begin to create a space where they feel safe enough to come and share. Because if not, here in my local area, we actually just had a young person jump over a bridge yesterday. Like our kids are suffering because of the lack of connection, belonging, and safety that they feel inside of their homes. But then there's one thing that we have to talk about too, is as a parent, you can't give what you don't have. Wayne Dyer says it this way: if I said I need 12 oranges and you don't have 12 oranges, you're going to have to go to the store and get it. So as a parent, if you don't have love to give, if you don't have understanding to give, if you don't have empathy to give, it is your responsibility to go out and get it. It's your
Mm.
responsibility to heal from the things that you experience so that you don't repeat the same patterns. We say we don't want to be like our mothers, but we don't go out and get anything different to not be our moms. We say that we don't want to be like
Mm.
our father, but we don't go out and get anything different to be like different than our fathers. So I just want to encourage people today that family is where it all starts. Whatever family
Wow.
is for you, it may not be a biological parent, it may be a grandparent, maybe an aunt, uncle, or a stranger on the street that was kind enough to bring you in. But we all start with our family unit, and we have to stop making excuses of I didn't have it.
So when you say the parent has to go out and get it, how do they go out and get it if they don't have already in their system this way of loving and nurturing and passing it on? Because whatever's going on with them is what they're going to pass on.
Yes.
So how do they go and get it if they don't already have it?
So I am a huge advocate of therapy. Everybody, I believe, needs some type of trash can. And I know sometimes when people bring up therapy, they say, well, I have a good friend I talk to, or I have somebody in my family. My grandma's a great therapist. That is amazing. But we have to understand that some of the things that we have are generational patterns that were poured into us. So if our grandmother didn't have what we're looking for, we can't expect her to give it to us. So it's great to go to someone who actually is a professional. The same way we go and trust doctors to do our annual checkups, the same way we trust dentists. Therapists are trained individuals that's going to help you find the thing that you don't have. We give you the tool that you're missing. So I tell people, go to therapy, even if everything is okay. Like I believe that I'm a very holistic person, holistic being, but I go to therapy every week just to make sure that I'm the best version of myself. So for some people to start, it might just start by going and get that level of help. It may start by going to, if you're more of a spiritual person, listen, your pastor can't be your therapist, but they may give you a good start to say, hey, I am really struggling in this area. Can you show me the scripture to go to? Can you show me what I need to do to study? It might be someone who is in the shoes in which that you desire. Find a role model or someone that you can look up to and say, I want to kind of duplicate a little bit of what they do. Reach out to that person and ask them, how did you get there? Because then they can offer you the steps and tools that they took to get to where you're trying to go. So it starts with going outside of you somewhere that actually has it to be able to start that process.
Wow. That's great, though. That's a great thought. That's a great thing to focus on. Because, you can't get what you ain't got, but you do have the ability to go and get what you don't have. You really do, but that's on you making that effort. It's on you caring enough to step up and say, I want to make sure my baby all right, because I was messed up when I was a kid, but I want to make sure that my baby all right. Yeah. I love that. Hey, guys, any questions today for Miss Mylira Green? I'm just putting them up there, giving them an opportunity to get in. I moved the computer, and I don't see none of my earlier comments, girl.
No.
Okay, wait a minute. Here's Treya.
Hi, girl. How you been?
I'm good. How are you, honey bun?
Okay. I gotta ask a question and I gotta intervene. You mean to tell me that little boy in her don't belong to me? You mean to tell me that little boy in there don't belong to me?
And you to put in all this work?
Okay. And then this is another thing. This gonna be hard. I ain't being his friend. I'm not. Let me tell you something. I'm sorry. I'm kicking back with it. I feel that he can confide in me. He can talk to me. I'm sorry. I come from a different era. I don't want to be his friend. I don't want to be his friend. That I don't believe in that.
I love it. I love it. And I love the dialogue. Because again, for me, it's all about mindset shift. Nothing has a definition until we define it.
Got it.
So it's all about how we want to define it, because there are words that we use. So for example, some of our children have bad friends because the parents aren't showing them what a real friend actually looks like.
Wow.
So it's all about shifting the mindset of the person. So when we're talking about that kid does not belong to me, what I mean is they are a gift that was gifted to me. They're not my possession. I do not possess what their purpose is. I do not possess what their value is. I don't do none of that. I am just gifted with this gift to make sure that it is safe until they are old enough to go about their own way. Because what ends up happening is when I act as if my child is my possession, I then dictate their life. And then when they turn 18 and it's time for them to make adult decisions, then what ends up happening is they don't know how to be an adult because I made all their decisions for them. But when
I get where you coming from. I get where you coming
Yep.
from. I ain't there yet, Mylira.
No,
See,
and
that's
I
what
get
I'm
it.
saying. You are, I'm a mustard seed.
Hello?
You are a therapist who went to school. I'm still a little raw and uncut. Where to me, my son, like I said, he gonna confine me, but I don't want to be his friend. But I agree with what you saying. I totally agree, but I'm not there yet. That's what I'm gonna say.
And listen,
I'm not there yet.
And listen, I'm working on it too because I have also been in a space where I came from that background where my parents wasn't my friend, where my parents told me where to go, where not to go, where they told me how to think, how to move. So I'm still from that space. So what I'm giving you is something that I had to sit back and look at. Why do I still have a why my mom, why my dad story when I have amazing parents? Like I literally had to ask myself that question. I have trauma, but my trauma wasn't because of my household was horrible or they didn't meet my needs. So my question was like, why do I feel like I'm missing out on life? And it's because I didn't have that model of friend. I've struggled with friendships now because I'm such a loving person that's just willing to give. But I didn't have an example of what it looked like to actually go to a safe place and say, this is how I feel. This is what's going on. Like, so now it's about shifting again the definition of what friend is. Friend don't mean I condone your stuff. I want a friend that's going to tell me about my mess. I want a friend that's going to tell me, look, girl, you need to go the other direction. Yeah. That is essentially what parenting should look like. But we do it in a different way. It's really about, it's shifting. So even with this comment says, my mother was strict. She had to meet my friends and their parents. I feel like at the end of the day, that's a positive thing, but it's how you do it. The kid needs to know I'm not trying to dictate who you are around, but what I want to make sure is I am modeling to you what a good and positive and healthy relationship look like. To me, that's friendship. That's me being honest. Okay. That's me creating a safe place. That's me holding you accountable to your stuff. That's when you come to me for advice, I'm going to give you back what you told me. That to me is a positive friend. And if parents get to that mindset, instead of us saying, I'm not going to be that friend, we look at it as, oh, well, that means they don't need to follow my rules. No, you have rules in your house. You have certain boundaries and things they cannot cross. As a parent, that friendship is so important because the remainder of it is like business. My whole thing for my children is to set them up when they become an adult. They know how to function at work. They know how to function in business. If I don't have these two separate entities of being your friend and being your business supervisor that's teaching you from the start to the finish, I failed you when you become an adult.
I was just looking at the statement by Rogers, who talked about how much time he spent with his kids, allowed them to freely express themselves about their likes and dislikes. So he said to this day, his 29-year-old daughter calls and talks to him about anything and everything. Yeah, in that sense, you really do want to be a friend. You don't be a friend where your children are too familiar, though, because then that's not really friendship. That's a quiet form of disrespect. Like, I've had my son say some stuff to me once, and I had to say, excuse me, partner, I ain't your motherfucking friend. I'm your father, and I've gone deeper than that, nigga. I'll kill you. But it shouldn't ever have to go there in communication. Yeah. I saw your face. It shouldn't have to go there, but I do it in joking. I'm kidding. I won't kill him. I make him wish he was dead. No, I'm just joking.
Mylira, what she talking about is, how old school people say, that's that new parenting. What you talking, that's that new parent. I ain't lying. I'm trying to get that, Mylira, because I don't want to be this nigga. That young man. Friend. I don't want to be his friend.
Miss Katie, what you got?
Good morning, Mylira. I love Mylira.
Hey.
I love Mylira.
I agree with Rogers. I do that with my kids. I have a 27-year-old, even though I'm 23. They can talk to me about anything. But this is what I tell my kids. I agree with Mylira. I tell them, you could do anything you want to do as long as you're willing to suffer the consequences. And that's what I teach them. You can go out here and blow somebody's brains out, but you better know they come with a side of jail cell, commissary, and all of that. So you can do whatever you would like to do as long as you're willing to suffer the consequences.
The consequences.
And I advise you to do it this way. You can do it however you want and let me know how it work out for you. I'm going to be here for you. Yeah. I'm going to be here and open.
Wow.
I love that.
So,
I see some of the things, and I'm looking at the questions and stuff, you know, we have to shift the definitions that we have. Like anytime I come on, I'm going to stretch your thinking process, because if we don't do that, we're going to have more children taking their lives. If we don't do that, we're going to have more adults that have mental health challenges, because I just want to say, no, as a parent, you do what I say, as I say it, as I do it. But did that really work for you? Like we got to start being honest. Like some of the mindsets that we had didn't even work for us. Hence
right.
we have more trauma. So eventually it has to be, am I going to at least try something different? Like my children, they're 7 and 4. My son is able, we have a safe space where he say, Mommy, you made me mad today. Okay, well, let's sit down. How did Mommy make you mad? Let's really talk about it, because the only way I can grow as a human being, not even just as a mother, I needed to know if the intention that I'm setting to show up for my kids in a loving manner, to create a safe place, to have responsibility and respect. I need to know from your mouth, am I actually doing that for you? Now he's going to do it in a respectful manner, because trust and believe, oh, I'm going to come back. Like it's all about, we're creating a safe place of respect. When I say be your friend, I don't mean that you don't know that I am in a level where you are here and I'm here. You know I'm your mother. You know you're supposed to respect me. You know you're supposed to reverence me. You know you're supposed to do all these things. But the Bible also says, which we always love to say, respect your mother and father, right? That's a scripture. But there's also a text that says that their parents should not provoke their child. We provoke our children sometimes.
Wow.
With the rules and things that we give, with the dictatorship that we have. So it comes a point where you have to create a beautiful balance. I'm not telling you not to have a household of respect. My child is going to respect me. They are. But
man too, or he's going to be a dead friend.
Right. But
I'm sorry, go ahead.
You're fine. But the respect of it comes from, do they feel like they love you? Or is the respect from fear? Is a respect from the fact that you're actually showing up for them and meeting their basic needs? Or is the respect just because I'm a mother and I'm going to go out and do whatever I want to do, and when I come home, this better be set up? Like, we have to make sure that the respect is, listen, and this is, I know this is going to get kickback. We as parents have to stop expecting respect when we didn't do anything at all to earn it. Like it's you can't just say, I'm a mother, so respect me. I'm a father, so respect me. What in a ham sandwich are you doing for that child to actually respect you? Because there are children out here that are suffering. There are 139 successful suicides every single day in the United States of America by itself. And some that we cannot count because if it's an overdose, we can't wake the person back up to say, did you try to take your life, or was this an accident? So we can sit here and go back and forth about terminology and all of these things, but I am here to tell you, I'm going to be the first one to tell you, just because you got a label on a roll and someone popped out your private parts does not make you someone who is worth respect. We have to start doing better and calling some people out on their mess. I don't have it all together, but what I will say is every single day, I am working hard enough to become a better version of me, so that when my children get up, they know what it means to be an actual human being that is respectful, that is kind, that honor the people around them. And if I am not raising them to do that, no amount of fear and discipline is going to make their life worthwhile if I don't actually show up and do the same for them. So you got to earn it, man. It's bigger than just having the title. You got to earn it.
I love you. You're fantastic. Again, you're amazing. Every time you come on, we expect the best, because that's all you ever give us. Give it up, yo. Give it up, please. Mylira Green, y'all. She's cooking some stuff up. I love you, baby. Tell people how to find you.
So you can find me at www.myliratransforms.com. And that is actually where what I'm cooking up is going to be on September the 1st, that online course. You can find me on Instagram, Mylira Transforms. And then right here on Facebook is Mylira Green. And then YouTube is Transforming with Mylira, where you will see all of these segments that I've been on up there. I have my Superwoman Project as well to help people turn their pain into purpose. And I want to give you guys my number. Like I said, I know I challenged the grain. I know I don't think like everybody else, but this is the gift that God gave me. And I'm going to keep pushing to save people's lives. So when I die, suicide die with me. That number is 757-609-0694. If I ruffle your feathers, text me and let's talk about it like adults, because that means we got some growing to do together. So
I gotta grow up. I gotta grow up. I'm saying it for everybody to see. I gotta grow up. I got to.
That is clear, girl. Hey, give some love to Mylira, who did the doggone thing this morning. Mylira Green in the house. Woo, woo, woo. Leave us with a woo, woo, woo.
Woo, woo, woo.
I love you so much, sister. Thank you. Hey, y'all.